Hey there, Danielle Matthews here. Welcome back. I hope that muscle is getting stronger and that you are finding it is easier and easier to get in that habit of posting and reaching out and meeting new people every single day. What I want to share with you today is how we can now start to become profitable. Because remember, just because you're showing up and you're posting online and you're talking to new people and you're doing activities, it doesn't mean that you're going to be profitable. All right. There's a step that has to occur, questions that you have to ask, things that you need to then do to guide that conversation in a direction that can help you grow your business. All right. So remember, visibility leads to credibility, leads to profitability. And what's really nice about doing work in the virtual world is that the more you're having conversations in Messenger, these private chats, the algorithm starts to work in your favor. And it's going to start posting your content to the top of those people's news feeds. So this know, like, trust relationship, it happens quickly. All right, people are constantly getting dripped on you, and what's really dripped on them, with your content. And they're getting to start to feel like they know you, right? And you start to see who's liking your posts, who's commenting on your posts, who's viewing your stories. And you'll start to understand, wow, these people are really starting to engage with me. They're really starting to connect with me. And that's powerful. All right, that's great information for you to know, because you've taken this stranger that you've met online and now you're forming this friendship. And today in this video, what we want to talk about is how to take this friendship that's forming and transition it into a person that can potentially become a sphere of influence in your business, someone that might become a business partner and join you in business, or someone that might be a customer of yours. All right, the conversation is going to go in one of those ways. And you can treat this like you would a networking setting where you're out and you're meeting with people in networking groups. It's interesting. I don't know if you know this. I learned this during my time with BNI, but they said, look, that meeting, that weekly meeting, isn't actually for the members. It's for the guests. The meeting is meant to showcase the power of the group, where people are sharing very briefly what they do and how they've been able to help one another, the referrals they've passed through the week, the thank you for closed business that they've had. Those meetings are set up so that guests can go, wow, I want some of what they're having, right? I want to be a part of this. But the magic of those networking groups really happens outside of the meeting. And this is where some people really fall flat networking, because they think, oh, I showed up to the meeting and now everything's going to come to me. The magic happens when you meet with people one-on-one. All right, and so you have the opportunity in the virtual space, if you like those one-on-one meetings, you can do that here. If you're networking with people local to you through social media, you can say, hey, do you want to grab a cup of coffee? I'd love to chat with you more, learn more about you, share with you more what I do, and see if they want to. If you want to just do a virtual chat, you can say, hey, I would love to do a virtual cup of coffee with you. And how about it? I'd love to learn more about what you do and see where you can take that conversation. All right, people that are entrepreneurs, that are business owners, they're way more open to that kind of thing. If you were talking to moms, you might just say, hey, would love to, chat with you and just have a break from the kids and have a real conversation for once. Do you want to have, coffee with me for 20 minutes tomorrow? Something like that. And now during that time, I was always taught by my mentor, look, the person asking the questions is the one that's in control of the conversation. And so you want to have a conversation with an agenda, because you're, again, going to learn more about this person. And you want to ask things like, hey, why do you do what you do? What got you into it? What do you love about it? What are the biggest challenges that you have? And finally, how can I help you? You want to ask that question. And I always have the other person go first. And so I can ask, how I can help them. And then always they flip around and they start asking you similar things. And so I want you to be ready. All right, you need to be ready with your own story, how you got into what you're doing, why you love it so much. You need to explain also how they can help you. Be prepared. When someone asks that back, I want you to be able to say, well, listen, I love working with massage therapists. Do you get massages? Is there anyone that you know that is a massage therapist? Maybe you could just open the conversation and say, hey, I met this woman. She has something I think you would enjoy learning about. Why don't you guys grab a cup of coffee, or why don't you guys chat on the phone? And they can make that introduction. They just need to open the door. You're looking to get into someone's network, right? That's what networking is all about. You're looking for them to open the door to be able to help you out. And you might say, this is where you need to think about who your ideal person is. Do you know any athletes? Do you know people that are working out trying to, do a marathon or an Ironman? Do you know other entrepreneurs? Do you know people that just love having multiple side gigs and having lots of things going on where they have multiple streams of income? Do you know any empty nesters, retirees, people that are looking for something to do with their time? Right? Think about how these people can help you and what you're asking for, because the person in front of you, yes, you could sell to them or recruit them, but what if they were a doorway to 200 other potential connections, and you could show them how easy the business is that you're doing. So that's one thing that you can do. You can treat it just like you would a networking event and start doing these one-on-ones or jumping onto Zoom and doing them virtually. Or you can just go right in and you can ask the question. You can be direct with this person right in front of you. And I want to share my screen to show you some of the questions that, I have utilized that I ask. And let's get it up here for you. So if you want to lead, say, with your product, with this incredible technology, you might say something like, you've been on my mind since we last spoke. And I've come across a significant health science discovery. It's something I feel like everyone deserves to know about and it exists. Would you be interested in learning about it? If not, no big deal. I just thought I'd ask. You could send it in a voice memo so someone could feel the energy of what you're saying. Or, you can just type out this text and see what they say. And there's no pressure on this conversation. It's like, hey, no big deal. Like, you're just on my mind and I wanted to ask you. If you like to lead with the business, you can maybe say something like this. Hey, listen, after talking with you, I cannot help but think you'd be really good at what I do. Have you ever considered creating another income stream? If not, no big deal. I just thought I would ask. All right, but you're opening the conversation. Okay. And so once you do that, once you ask the question, the person might say, well, yeah, tell me more. And this is where you start taking them down your process. Maybe it's, hey, well, why don't you check out this video and then let's chat? Or, hey, let's jump on a call and I can share a little bit more with you. All right. But that's really what I want you to start focusing on is let's take your business now and get it profitable. So in the last, week or so, you have started a lot of conversations. You've been doing, the Lord, and likely maybe some of those conversations have kind of died out. They fizzled out. Maybe some of them are really going strong because you're really connecting, but I want you now to ask the question. Go pose the question and start moving your business into the space where it can become profitable online. So that is your homework assignment, and it should be part of your DMO now. All right. So that daily method of operation, you're posting every day, you're reaching out and making new friends every day. And now you're going to ask the question every day, whether that's the question of, hey, do you want to jump on Zoom and get to know one another better? Or if you want to just go direct to it and ask the questions like I gave the examples of. All right. So I cannot wait to see what results you get and what people say when you start asking.